I'm Tim, welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel, my social media, or our website. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. This model launched in its original form back in 2016. It gained the Grand Seiko script up at 12 o'clock in 2017, and we are discussing the Grand Seiko Elegance High-Beat GMT SBGJ217. Now, the SBGJ217 replaced the 017 with the Grand Seiko only dial. Otherwise, it's the same watch, and it's a wonderful watch. 39.5 millimeters in stainless steel. The watch is reasonably thin at 13.9 millimeters thick and from lug to lug short cropped, as it's an easy 46.8 millimeters across the wrist with a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Let's throw it on the wrist real quick. My wrist 16 centimeters in circumference, wears it well. The Elegance case is designed to evoke the original 1960 Grand Seiko, the first Grand Seiko model. It's one of several shapes Grand Seiko has, and it's the most traditional and elegant, hence Elegance model line. And as you can see, being short across the wrist, I can recommend it for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference. It is very comfortable and easily slides underneath the cuff. Let's take a look at the hardware and the software. The software is impressive. Medium rectangular scale alligator leather, a semi-gloss finish brown, folded edge monotone stitch. I don't know what it is about Grand Seiko straps, but even when they're brand new as this one is, they feel as soft as silk. They are genuinely buttery. Now, this is an exceptionally fresh watch. The original owner had no fun with this thing, and I feel sorry for him, but you will benefit because this thing is mint. Now, you'll note twin trigger release with a single fold deployant in stainless steel like the case. You can see there is a vintage Grand Seiko logo because this is the Elegance collection and it's inspired by that first 1960s Grand Seiko. But that first Grand Seiko was not polished like this. You may have heard of the Grand Seiko Zaratsu finish. The Swiss would describe this as black polish, and as you can see from almost every angle, the case looks black. But whereas the Swiss bestow this level of craftsmanship, hand finishing, on small parts, screws, regulator assemblies, swan's neck, adjustment mechanism, Grand Seiko artisans hold the case, lugs, and bezel directly against a spinning tin plate, and using eye-hand coordination, hand pressure, and craft knowledge, create this perfectly mirrored surface. So this is a hand-finished case and a hand-finished watch. Now roll around and you can see there is a domed profile to this cambered crystal designed to evoke a vintage plexiglass, and then you have the champagne dial. That champagne tone, I am told, is the most exacting and excruciating multi-step dial fashioning process that Grand Seiko has, and that's impressive if you've seen something like the Snowflake. Note that the champagne coloration with the sunburst requires more work and more steps to achieve. This is a GMT SBGJ217, and the GMT system allows you to move that local hour hand independently as the watch continues to keep time. Note the 24-hour hand does not move, the minute hand does not move, the seconds hand does not hack, and if you're traveling east or west, doesn't matter, either is best, as you can drive the date forward or backwards with the local hour hand. Now, the undersung quality, the rock star quality in my opinion of Grand Seiko, is that the dials are beautifully executed, not just the champagne base. Take a look at those hands. They're black polished on their top, and they have a faceting on their side that is sharp as razors. You'll note the same level of attention to detail on the date aperture frame, on the individual indices, which are both satinated and frosted. You can see that the hand, the 24-hour hand, the blued hand, is fired blue steel. They have artisans who work with diamond-tipped milling tools, and they exclusively work on these tiny micrometric fabrication and finishing jobs. So this watch is hand finished inside and out. Of course, two separate time zones, one in 24-hour format, one in 12-hour format. High-beat GMT, it's not just a name. It beats away at 36,000 vibrations per hour like a Zenith El Primero, which is why that seconds hand is so smooth, 10 beats per second. Turn it all over. You see the movement, 9S86, which provides that high beat rate. Despite the high beat rate, it has a 55-hour automatic winding power reserve, stop seconds or hacking. It has the dual time capability. It's adjusted in 6 positions, not the Swiss and chronometer standard of 5 positions, and it pivots on 37 joules. All of this water resistant down to 30 meters. It is indeed made in Japan, as the case back describes, and this watch is one of the most integrated manufactured products you will ever encounter, as Grand Seiko Seiko makes everything, the sapphires, the pivot jewels, the shock protection, the escapement, the hairspring. They even make their own lubricants. This is a handmade watch, and one of the best ways to get into true handcrafted watchmaking from a brand that is on the rise. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.